ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. You see, habits force us to do certain actions and we become the victims. And generally in the world we call it as a theory of karma or a law of cause and effect and so on and so forth. So we are in fact imprisoned and conditioned in the habits unconsciously, and that unconscious habits and consequent actions which we do unconsciously, they create certain kind of wounds, hurts in course of life. So we feel we are doing such actions and we feel responsible for all the emotions of anger, sadness, etc. ourselves. For all such emotions, we feel that they are arising in us and we are responsible for it. In contemplating that kind of responsibility, we try to rationalize it. We try to rationalize such kind of emotions and feelings, attributing them outside. The cause for such feelings in you, you feel that because of the others or because of the situation or context which you are facing at that time, and that situation or that kind of the object or person, whoever it is, whatever it is responsible for such emotions of anger in you. So in the process, we throw the responsibility entirely on the other. So had the other been absent or had that context was not there, something like that would have not arisen in you. So you attribute the cause of responsibility always to the other, and that way you derive solace from that kind of emotion. For instance, anger has arisen in you. So you try to rationalize it by finding the situation in which the anger has come. It may be anything. Maybe child has not done his homework, or wife has become nasty, something like that. So this kind of thing, and we say because of the other person I have become angry. But remember that anger is not coming something from outside. It is there inside, and that feeling is arising only in you. And you are responsible for your own behavior. So, in this regard, psychologists have experimented on this issue very intensely. So, they have put the man into isolation. They have given all comforts, AC room, food and everything. But he was cut off from all the social relationships, and he was not allowed to move with anybody. And he was put in complete isolation, and they have observed his behavior at all the times. So he was not in contact with anybody, and there was no cause for him to become angry or to become otherwise. But it is noticed that sometimes he became angry, sometimes he became sad, sometimes he became happy for no reason. So like that, his moods were changing and varying at different times of time. So that means there is no situation from outside to awaken or to create such kind of emotions in him. But those emotions have come, and he has experienced it and he has gone through it. That means those emotions are arising only from within. They are not coming from outside. So, such is the situation. When such is the situation, instead of throwing the responsibility for such a kind of emotions arising in you on others or on outside situations or outside contexts, you have to, when once man feels that I am responsible for whatever is arising in me, I only am responsible. When he feels that, and that is a beginning for transformation in him. See, is it so simple? As said, it is very simple provided one has got that kind of ardent commitment to overcome his feelings of such kind of anger or sadness or whatever it is. So what is the method and what is the process? The process is very simple. Instead of fixing and finding the responsibility on the other, when you do that, you have to change the other. If the responsibility lies with other, then your responsibility increases to be happy because you have to change the other. And changing the others is an impossible task and has not been witnessed in the world so far. So, what is the alternative? You can change yourself. That is the only way. So, and what is the method? The method is, when anger comes, when you feel that anger is arising in you, and don't attribute the responsibility to the other. Instead, you close your eyes, take an inward journey, go back into your life, dive deep into that river of anger, flow with the anger, and then you will come to know the root cause for that anger. For example, in childhood, you were told that you are ugly, you are not beautiful, or you have come to your own conclusion that you are not beautiful, that you are not handsome. So, that feeling was there inside you. So, if somebody says, go and see your face in the mirror, then you feel hurt because of those words. The other, maybe your wife, or maybe your mother, maybe your father, maybe your friend, whatever they have said like this, they don't have any kind of intention to make you hurt. What they have told is relevant to that context. Suppose the family is going out, so you wanted to accompany the family. So that's why they said, you can come, but go and see yourself, your face in the mirror. That means you dress up yourself. So like that, that is related to the context and situation there, what they have said. But that has touched your subtle wound repressed in the past. That wound is there, it is not healed. That you are ugly. That wound has been there. So they have touched that. When they said that, they have touched that subtle wounds in you. There are so many wounds like that. So in course of life, and so many people may say so many things, and you feel hurt because of the subtle wounds which were there in you. So when you dive deep into yourself, you find all those wounds, and when you touch them with the light of consciousness, and in the light of consciousness, they get healed. The method, the process itself heals the subtle wounds inside. So, but it is very, though it is appears to be very simple, it is very difficult, because in the beginning when you undertake this inward journey, when you go back and introspect your life, earlier life, so when you feel that you are only responsible, then for what you are only responsible for whatever has happened in your life, then some kind of depression develops in the beginning, because you always felt that you are very good, that you are very happy, that you always wanted to be happy, and that you always wanted to be nice to everybody and all that. So, but this kind of revelation, this kind of insight that you are only responsible for whatever the past you are carrying in an unconscious manner, then you feel depressed. But when you continue the process and pass through that depression, then something blossoms, that clarity, that purity in that light of consciousness. Wisdom blossoms, and that fragrance, the fragrance of that wisdom heals and cures those wounds, whatever were there in an unconscious state. So then some kind of grateful feelings starts arising in you. You become immensely grateful to the divinity, to the existence, for whatever the ignorance you have imposed on yourself. You, and for the opportune moments that have been created by the utterances of others. In fact, had they not uttered those and have not uttered those words and touched your subtle wounds, you would not have felt hurt, and you would not have started your inward journey, which has ultimately resulted in healing and curing those subtle wounds in the light of that wisdom and pure consciousness. So, that gives only this kind of approach, only this kind of wisdom gives every individual freedom from all the emotions and moods of anger, or sadness, or otherwise. So, start your inward journey. Feel that the emotions arise only in you, and you are only responsible for your behavior, because nobody can make you feel sad or angry or happy, accept yourself. So, when you are in tune with that all merciful existence, or nature, or God, or divinity, which is there everywhere under the shadow and in the light of that merciful God, you dwell in unalloyed joy, peace, and bliss. Thank you.